Right, party people, Mercedes B-Class, and come in with a low coolant message and a reported possible thermostat had been to it. I couldn't get this off right at the time. I had to put a big pair of pliers on it, so you can see it's chewed up there for whatever reason, right? So the pliers are just on here, so there's not been anywhere near there, so I'm not sure what's happened there. I don't know if somebody's been at it with a hammer and chisel, no idea. I'm not going to put it on too tight. Now, I did have the car ran up to temp and just try to see where, you know, the thermostat is on it. I'll pause here, I'm going to put the car up there and then I'll show you where I think it is, and I still can't even see it. Right, so I'm underneath the B-Class, right, and obviously you can see there's a radiator hose there. There's a radiator hose up there as well, which I've already had a butcher's at. We've also got a water pump here, an electric water pump. Right, I only see one on it. There might be more, but I can only see one electric pump. It's not to say there isn't more, but maybe a sign of a leak there actually. Just right up on that pipe there. So, but we don't seem to have any water circulating around this engine, and I'm not sure if maybe that up there was the thermostat. I think it's very hard to even see into it. There's some sort of black box thing in there, so it's very, very difficult to find it. So there's a little black box thing there. I can hardly even see in with the camera. So there is a load of coolant pipes in that. Oh no, that's your oil filter housing, my bad. That's oil filter housing 100%. So where the hell is the thermostat on it? There's another kind of plastic housing up there. Maybe. Yeah. So there's another sort of plastic housing. There, you can see there's a plastic pipe there. Right, so there must be a thermostat or something in there. I don't see it anywhere else. On the side of the head, on the front of the head. Don't see it anywhere, so I'm not sure if that is the thermostat. I'll try and get my hands up to the pipe, but so the one I've got my hand on now is cold. That one's got a bit of heat. So does that one. That one's cold, but obviously you can see I can't hardly get into this, so I'll need to, labour times won't be right, I think. You know, the amount of times we look at labour times and it says 1 hour, and then you find things like this where you can't even physically see it, so I don't know whether it would be better maybe taking the drive shaft out first and seeing if we can get into it that way. Or do we need the manifold off it? I really don't know. I'd need to try and have a look and see. Maybe it'd be good if there was a video on YouTube to see how it's been done, or you know, a forum or something to see how you get to it. Certainly there's something up there. That's some sort of plastic housing. And you can see there's another coolant pipe that looks at as well going in there. It's really hard to see. Right, okie doke. So I need to speak to the customer, and it's been here for about a week. It was a breakdown, so it's not an easy job, to be honest with you. A better with the torch, show you. Better with the wheel light arch lining off, because then you can get to those two bolts for the mounting. Good idea that, isn't it? I like that. I like that design. So we can now get that out of there. So I'll get that out of there. Right, so I think what we've learned in all of this is, even if you're just doing an alternator belt, it's a bit of faff, isn't it? So you need that engine mount off just to do the belt. So you can see there's a torque in it, and then there's a hole for for locking it as well, so we'll get that pinned up. Right, so we've got the mount off, that's all pinned up. I've just taken this pipe off, take a wee bolt out of this pipe in here as well. We'll get this bit of plastic out, we'll see where we go after that. So hopefully we'll see a bit more once we get that out, so I'll come back in a minute. Right, party people, that's that water pump out, right? And now that it's out, I can see what's happened. It's been leaking out of there, right? So it must be very slowly leaking out of there, and I'd imagine that bit's maybe stuck. That bit's stuck in there, so that's not moving. So the vacuum, right, pulls vacuum up here, which pulls that rod, which isn't doing anything. I think, so we can see the powdery stuff there. So that's a sign that it's been leaking out of there. So if you're an amateur mechanic as well, guys, right, if you're trying to do this in your driveway, I do not recommend it at all. I would just book it into either a Mercedes or a garage, because that is horrendous. So I think we'll need to change the water pump, because we can see there, right, that's all powdery, right. So you can see there, it's all, that's coolant that's dried in. So it looks like it's leaked out of there. So it's obviously choked up or something. It's a bit of design, isn't it? I think the impeller shaft is still connected. Hard to see it, yeah, I can just see it. Hard to see in. I can just see the impeller was turning, so we need to try a water pump on it. I think this is a thermostatic valve as well, so this vacuum bit here is opening and closing that. So the fact that we can see all that powdery bits there, yeah, it's definitely got to be. I need to go with that now, eh? And the fact that it's off, it's getting changed, I think, now. So I've removed the aircon pump. Right, removed the aircon pump. There's even a bolt down there that holds the pipe onto the alternator. I've managed to get all of these bolts out of this, right? So there's one away, buried underneath there. I mean, you really should have the turbo off to do this, eh? There's one in there, and there's one away under there. Maybe it was a bit tricky to get to, so I'll maybe take the induction pipe off it for putting it back together. This one is going to be difficult if it taking the turbo off, but I'll figure it out. I'll manage to get it. But that is severe. That is severe. So engine mount, air filter box, intake hose. Aye, it's a fair old strip down just to get a water pump, man. It really is. And for me, a water pump's a kind of consumable item. You know, it's going to go eventually. So they should have made it a bit more accessible. Right, so I've got that water pump in. It's not easy to get in. So it comes with that new plastic bit on it as well, right? So there's like 3 bolts that hold it, right? And it's a bit crazy. So there's one right? So there's one bolt there, and there's one kind of along, not even in the middle, and then the bit where the seal is way over here. But this is an interesting bit, right? So this is one of these bolts that you can't even see. You maybe just see my ratchet there. There are all my extensions. Right, so I've managed to get it back in. Right, so but I've got an extension, wobbly extension, universal joint, and we'll screw it in all the way behind first, just to make sure, you know. Definitely no cross threading it, because I'm just turning that behind, so we're in the right thread, and it looks like it's went all the way home. So just a wee nut now. So, and then there's one other one there, right? There's one there, and there's one under there, and there's one down there as well. So, and then we've got all these pipes to try and get back together as well. This one's got to get back in there somehow, so it's a nightmare, man, absolute nightmare job. Right, so the pump's back in, everything's all bolted up, right? This was a bit of a pain getting this pipe back down that goes underneath there, so I had to take that pipe back off, this rubber one to here, to get that in. So putting the belt back on, so we've got the bolt back in under there, you've already seen that. We've put all these ones back in now, we've tightened up all those ones, all the ones that's under there as well. You can see my little bit of toilet paper, the toilet paper's for holding the bolt into the socket. You can get magnetic ones, so that's a magnetic socket there. You see it, an extension which just holds your thing, but we're using the quarter drive, so I don't have one in that size. So we've got lots of bits to put back on still. So we've got all of air box and all that to go. I've put the aircon pump back on, so I just need to put the belt back on it, and then I think we'll come back in the morning. Obviously we've got a load of wiring still to plumb in as well. That one's in, that one's still to go in. Yeah, we've got loads of bits still to go back on it, and then we need to run it up and should be us now. Obviously we could see there was no powder coming out of the bottom of the vacuum control side of the water pumps, so and I found a couple online that was similar. One of them, even the garage, changed the thermostat first. They were saying they were having some intermittent problems, changed the thermostat. Car came back about 3 months later. Unfortunately this one we changed the thermostat and it didn't change anything, so here we are. But sold 500 and odds of them in a year, and I think the guy said the same for the thermostat, so they're really going through them for whatever reason, Mercedes, these water pumps and thermostats. No idea why, but I seem to be going through them. So there's a bolt under there, a bolt in there, and a bolt there, and that's all that holds that water pump. So there you go, we'll come back, hopefully when everything else is all back on. We get the engine mount still to put back on, all of that. Aye, and there's the old thermostat there as well, old coolant bottle. Party people, I've got the alternator belt back on, right, so I'm just putting the mount back on, so that's how your alternator belt goes, right. So I've taken the pin and all that out, and it's all good. So I'll get a wee brake cleaned in there. There's a bit of coolant that came down there on the belt, so we will get a wee clean before we put it back. Right, down there, let's get down here and just see it sticking out. That bolt there, that top head bolt for the aircon pipe onto the alternator. That one's tricky to get to as well, so I'll get a wee quarter drive ratchet down there. Right, so I've got the airbox and trunking and stuff to put back in. Now I'd have liked to have ran it with all that off it, but this water pump is vacuum controlled as well, so that goes up to there, I'm sure, that one into there, but we'll just leave it like this at the minute until we get the rest of it in. So one's onto your turbo, right, and then one's onto that line there, which is controlling a vacuum controlled, I think it said it's a thermostatic valve or something, I can't remember. So well, you've seen the water pump, it's a big unit, it's a big huge unit, so cheaper than I thought it would have been, to be honest with you. No, with the size of it, you're thinking something like 500 quid, but thankfully it wasn't. I need to put this cover back on the car. I just keep putting the ramp up and putting it back down to keep getting steam. I'm hoping it's just all spilled stuff and little hands on the components and stuff like that ends up with, you know, you get the residue. So we'll put it up, we'll put the cover on it, and then we'll take it a wee run and we'll leave it. I mean, we've got hot air in the car now, all the pipes are warm, so I think it's fixed. So well, I know it's fixed, but I just hope there's no more issues. Obviously we've done the thermostat and then we've done the water pump. There is another electronic, an electric pump on it, which according to Mercedes does the gearbox cooler. Then the gearbox cooler, you can see that's up above that electric pump. Also looks like there's a filter there on top of the gearbox that you can change on these. So aye, this is all just the coolant and stuff like that that's came out and we've been draining it down. You can only get so much with a bucket. So I don't see any leaks anyway, so hopefully they're all good. Hopefully I can see all the steam again, so hopefully it's just all the hand marks, you know, and there's the other electric pump. So, and I have checked the wiring to it, it does look okay. So I'll get a big cover on it now and hopefully we'll take it a run, hopefully it'll be all good. The Mercedes B-Class, we're just been a road test on it there, so all good. We've got hot air in the car now. We're not showing that we need coolant, and all the pipes are warm underneath, so the coolant seems to be circulating again, so that's good. So we're just going to let this one cool down now. We'll let it cool down and we'll recheck it. We'll need to recheck the level. There you go, so it's probably taking a bit for us driving it, right, so we'll go and check that just now. So that's a good sign, but that's what we wanted, that's what we've been trying to get the car to do when we fitted the thermostat, so that's how it should work, eh? So I'll check this now. Right, but it should have taken what was in the bottle. Hopefully it has. That'll be good. That'll be really good. That means that we have definitely. Well, there's still some in there, but I'll check it. We'll recheck it. We'll let it cool down and we'll check it. I think it has taken a little bit. Yeah, I can see it. So there's just a wee bit in the bottom. Just hail, guys. Literally just hail, and it's been 10 minutes or something. It was going like that. So that's looking at them in Scotland. 10 minutes, winter wonderland at this time of year. So I just need to bring this Mercedes in and check the coolant and I'm going another road test on it. So good, we've got heat, circulation in the coolant and no warnings, and it's driving good. So all good in the hood so far. We'll just double check the coolant again once we get it back to the garage, so I'll just back it up a bit in a minute. Just another road test, I have to grab something at home, so fingers crossed, it's all good this car. It's been a bit of a runner. It's nice and close down here, lovely the door shut on as well, so just bonnet on it, we'll just keep it up in a minute. On it, the temp was good anyway, so I know these Mercedes, I know the petrol ones, but the diesel ones certainly, you think, oh god, it's close to overheating, but it's just the way the gauge is on the day, so I think normally they sit about 3/4 when they put the reading up, so most gauges see a bit different on this gauge. Most gauges are carved sit about halfway, but halfway on here's 80, so obviously boiling point in your normal kettle would be 90. If you pressurise your kettle, right, your boiling point would then go to 120, right, because you pressurise the system, and that's how the coolant system works on the car. It's a pressurised system. Now there wasn't any coolant leaks on it. Oh, you boot it. That would have been gone. So there wasn't any coolant leaks on it that we could physically see anyway. There was nothing running out it. Changed the thermostat on it, and then we still had that issue. We couldn't get any circulation on the coolant. So I thought, well, the next obvious thing is the pump in. You can't even see the pump, you know, you're looking in there, right? It is in there, right? You can see it, right? But it's a weird pump, right? And it's a weird design. There's 2 bolts here, and then there's another one kind of in the middle, and then there's kind of nothing where the seal is. I think there would be one over there just holding that in tight. But anyway, there is no leaks anyway. The car's I'm not sure what age it is, only 2015, 2016, something like that. It's got 33,000 miles on it, but this is quite a common failure. The bottles, the thermostat, and the water pump as well. Now the water pump, when I take it out, it's just a bit of powder, you can see, which I think is dried in coolant, so it's probably just been gaining a wee puffs of coolant. Then that's drying in, and it's probably been restricting the arm, the rod, which this is working. So here is a vacuum line which is going down to that water pump. This one's doing your turbo, and I know everything's working fine because I've been driving the car. I took this car earlier on to go and fit a battery for somebody. Once I knew the coolant was circulating, I thought, right, okay, so we put a battery in the boot and it was just round the corner, so we went up and did that, brought the car back, we let it cool down, and that's when we seen the message for the top up the coolant. So we've topped up the coolant again on it, and then we've been another road test on it a bit further afield this time, back to my house and back. Car seems to be driving fine, so hopefully that's that. I'll just keep a wee eye on it. I've not heard the fan coming on yet, so we'll keep a wee eye on it, and if I need to test the fan, then I'll test the fan and just make sure that's working. It's cold today, so it's just not reached that temperature yet. The thermostat is an electric controlled thermostat as well, so it isn't just your bog standard thermostat, so there's no really way you can test that either once you get it out of there. So that wire that plugs into it, it's obviously sensing the temperature, and then it makes it open, you know what I mean, so you can see in there's a big spring, and that'll be your thermostat. Now these are common for going. This one as well, this part here is kind of wobbling about. Now it's a strange design, it's got like a big C-clip in there, so it is obviously meant to move, but I've seen these with the leaking here on videos. I've not seen it personally, but I've seen a few videos where they were leaking out of there. So one of the other videos I've seen, the guy had the pump on the bench. They didn't really show you how to get it out of the car, but they had the pump on the bench, and you could see where else had the powder. They had pink powder, which is wrong because it should have blue coolant in it. Now I think that was like New Zealand, so maybe the coolant in New Zealand, maybe Mercedes specify that over there it has to be red, maybe here because the temperature things and stuff like that has to be blue, I don't know, but it's blue that's meant to be in this one, so that's what we've done. So we'll come back again and let you know how it goes, but it seems to be all good. So we'll just double check with the autel, make sure everything's okay on this Mercedes. So let's find the car. Gasoline, yes, looks okay to me. So we shall hopefully not find anything to do with coolant. One an engine. Right, so hopefully this is something history. SAM 1 SRS2. Maybe because I've had the battery off. Engine speed is too high. On the engine speed is too high. The on time of the signal frequency is too long. Strange. Weight sensing sensor circuit. LIN communication stored anyway, so none of them are active codes. SAM sensor coolant level has a malfunction, the fluid level is too low, stored as well, so all history codes. So probably when it was low, you know, either when I've been topping it up or the car come in with the message coolant low on the dash, and no heating in the car, so quite quick erase. It's not taking that one out of the engine, whatever reason. Stored, mind you. I don't know what that is, but engine speed is too high. Sounds like it's ticking over fine to me. So we'll go into enter system. And see if we can do active test. Combustion engine and AC with integrated control fan motor, that's what we want. I've not heard it coming on its own yet, so I think engine at a standstill, so we've got it idling, so that is nice and warm still. Let's see. So value, yes. Right, so touching these parts can cause serious injury, yes. Wait for the fan to run on. We have closed tight fit and workflows, continue. Did nothing. Take the machine. Oh, take the machine out. See what happens. Pause here. Okay, so let's see. Continue. Oh, that's gone. So yeah, that's working, and we can slow it back down again. Right, so we know it works. So the control side is definitely okay. Well, I'm controlling it with this, so I'll just let it run and see. So aye, hopefully that's it guys, but if you haven't already, hit the big thumb, hit subscribe man, hopefully this Mercedes is all done.